Okay, welcome to 50 Plus Home and Gardening. We are at the very back of the property. I wanted to start you here because I wanted to show you all the trees that we have planted and the new stuff that we put in this year in the summer. They're just 3 green giants in a grouping, and they will get each 30 feet tall and pretty wide, maybe 15 feet wide. And so these are the 3. And when I got them, they were so tiny. They were like a little feather. And now a lot bigger and a lot more impressive. And this is the biggest one. This is the 5. So I have 5 grouping of green giant, and then the 3 we just saw. So this is another section. I like the 5. They will be covering a lot of that sun from the house, because this is the most west side of the property, and it will give us some shade. You can see how much shade they're given now. So, and these are all grown in anywhere from 2.5 to 3 feet each. I'm so excited because this is supposed to be the, let's see, you sleep. This would be their creep year. Next summer should be their leap. So let's see how they do compared to even this year. So now we've come to the shed, which is not super pretty. I may paint it yellow with white trim to match the house. In the meantime, I put in more little trees. This is a celebration, maple celebration. I got it online, and it comes, this one came in a little 4-inch pot. So already, even this year, I mean, I only just got it in July. So this is August, and in 1 month, it's already probably grown 6 inches. I'm so excited because it's right in front of the shed. It's not going to do shade for the shed. It's not going to do anything except make something pretty in the front of the shed. That's all it is. So it's going to be a huge, it's going to go, it's going to be like that tree. It's going to be massive. And I'm loving that because I will, since it's small, I'll just keep trimming it up. So I've already trimmed it. It was down to here, all the leaves. You just keep trimming and trimming and trimming and trimming. It wants to grow up because you're not letting it grow on the bottom. And pretty soon it's just going to cover and be a beautiful sight. And this ground that is right here, as you can see, I've been weed eating it. So you can see where the weeded line is, and I'm trying to make a little bed around the shed. So, but I love this celebration maple. The thing I got the celebration maple for is because it's one of the larger ones, but it doesn't produce seeds in the spring. So it is seedless, which I'm very excited, sterile, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm loving it. Celebration maple is a sterile maple. So if you want to get one of those, then you won't have your neighbors whining because all those seeds are in their mulch beds and having seeds everywhere. Okay, and here's the one, which is one of the green giants that is just one by itself right next to the shed. So this will also get pretty large. It'll kind of block the shed a little bit. But as you can see, I have a groundhog living under the shed, and I have a little bed that I'm making. And I have another, this is a Brandywine, just like in the front. These are also sterile, and so they don't give out seeds in the spring. So I'm very excited about this. This will also get giant, 40 to 50 feet high by maybe 30 feet. This is slightly narrow, more narrow. But you're thinking, oh, it's too close to the shed. No, because what it will be is I will limit up until it's past here, and then I'll let it start blooming. So it'll be really fun. And then you come to, these are the 5 that are also growing about the same. I planted that the first year we were here. We've only been here 2 years and 2 months. So I'm so excited to see how this grounds is going to look in about 5 years. So don't be shy about putting trees in, because trees are the first things that you're going to want to put in as a stable part of your yard, and then you can put in the beds later on, because perennials, they are fully developed in 1 year and you can enjoy them. So get those trees in, and don't say, oh, I'm not going to live long enough. Don't say that, because you could live until you're 100 and enjoy them. And I want to enjoy them because this property will look so much better with beautiful trees all over. And there's not enough. You see, there's just a lot of space. So here's another one I got, Blood Good Japanese Maple, a very pretty one. It's only going to grow 25 feet. Of course, it'll probably get 30 or 40 because I said so. Everything always grows a lot bigger than I expect. I am going to water it, and it's right next to the crabapple. Very nice tree. I think there's an empty area right here, and I'm going to probably get 3 more trees that kind of go together. I'm thinking maybe something different than a maple, perhaps some blue spruces or something like that. Because that's not going to give us any shade. It's just going to be fun to look at. I don't like complete empty spaces. All right, here's another space I've been working on. I've been weed eating, and weed eating. This is where the tree died that a while ago when we first moved in. About a year later, it just dropped dead. It was an ash tree. All the ashes in my neighborhood, and actually all of Virginia, I think they all died. So they all got some sort of a bork, took care of everybody. That's why you should have a variety of trees. If something comes by and whacks everything, you have more. So I'm going to put another maple right here, letting it grow up to about here. And that'll be on the end of this. This will all have beautiful irises and just a regular perennial bed. It's part of the peony bed, which I love. I have widened it so that my husband, who's the mower, can make a nice curve and go around when he mows all the way up, instead of having to go this way and then spit into my peony garden with more mulch of grass. This is another Blood Good Japanese maple, and it'll be above this one, which it likes to be under other trees. That's about 25 feet. So maple here on the end here, and I got a new maple here and a maple here. And there is the Green Giants, the 3, the 5. And I think out here, like I said, I'm going to put some other sisters. I'm not sure. I got to really think about it. Maybe some crab apples. I like those. And I wanted to match. Maybe some Natchez crepe myrtles would be really pretty in a little bunch right there. Okay, and we also got this rock, which was always annoying to mow around, to go into the bed. So that was another reason why this was a good setup, because it puts everything that I don't like mowing around, including this big fat rock that cannot be moved, in the bed. This garden I have been working on, it has a stump also, but right down here, boom, another maple. This is another Celebrations. It's going to get large. It's one of the wider maples, and it'll probably get more like 50 feet by 50 wide. It's a kind of a square thing, but look at all the shade it's going to give my car. There's your Celebration. This is the pump garden, if you remember, and another little baby one. I bought these last year. I bought 10 of these. These are the Blue Point junipers. But look, I got them and they were just probably 1.5 inches, and it's probably 6 inches already, so I'm very excited. So if you have some patience, it's always best, like I said, it doesn't take anything to plant these little things. So if you see this Celebration, it will go ahead and make shade for this whole area, and I'll be able to park the car a little bit closer to the house as far as shade. This will be a big giant maple, and you can see the other one way out there, Blood Good Japanese maples, and then this one. Okay, so what have I done in Waynesburg for the summer? All right, so I'll take you to the top. This is so beautiful and big, but like I said, no more of this, because look, you can't get through on the pathway. You cannot get through. Okay, so I've made a little pond for myself. I had a bowl in the house that I did not use for anything, and I just put water in there. So there's the water for any birds that want to come in. I'll probably get another one, because I like water for animals and stuff, and I do clean it out. Is this fun or not? This is in the zinnia bed. This is at the very top of my Williamsburg garden. So, what are the plans here? Okay. So, this is all I have left, except for some edging and trimming, you know, some of this kind of stuff. But here is where I sit down, right next to the bench. I sit down and I have created this area, and I've got to get a little piece for that. And this is the path. It's just like every other path. It's going around, and it's got the same shape for Williamsburg like this. I haven't done this section, so I've already created this one. And I've made this new thing because I thought, since I'm sitting here, I want a little patio. I probably won't leave these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this way, way, way down, so this will have a little teeny ha-ha wall, a little teeny one, and so will this. Then this will be a complete workable mulched bed. This is the centerpiece, and then you've got that and that, and so everything is symmetrical. Of course, you can't see it now because all those bushes are so big, but eventually this is just going to be different because look, the cistern is just, it just calls for more space. Let's start with the crepe myrtles. I bought 10 infant little, they were only about 2 inches tall when they came in a box, just like those, same company as those junipers. These are the same crepe myrtles that I have, the Tuscarora, and so they will be sort of a pink peach color, and I have 10 of them. And I'm letting them kind of grow up just a little bit, so I will have to make these holes bigger if they root and take over the whole pot. But these are kind of small. So, and I'm also waiting to see where do I want to put them. And I just have 10 of them, and I happen to have a bunch of pots left over because they had zinnias in it, and I put the zinnias in the ground. Okay, there's another juniper that's quite nice. That's probably 8 inches. Now, another fun thing that I did buy, I finally bought, is I bought a 200-foot hose. And this is one of those cloth hose. It's cloth. It collapses down to like nothing. And it is really flexible. You guys got to get these. If you have long distance, look, I don't know where I'm going to put it right now, but that still has water in it. Get this. Oh, here's another maple that I'm saving right here. There's a maple in this cage, and I'm saving them until I get to the peony garden, which is right there. That's the maple that goes on the end of that bed, and I'm saving it because I want someone to get that last stump piece. My neighbor said he'd take it, so I want to wait until he can get all that stuff out of there, and then I'll put this maple there. But you guys, I can get all the way, I can get back there. To the back of my house from here is about 200 feet. And so I can get to my 3, which I had to get jugs of water, and I brought them up and I put a gallon at each, and I'd have to go back down, put some more water, and get some more gallons. Oh, and that was terrible. So I got 2 gallons per hand. It was terrible. So I'm so excited. I can reach anywhere almost on the end of my property. It was a game changer for me, and it wasn't that much money. So you guys, if you guys can ever get, I think it's called expandable or cloth garden hose. Oh, they're great, and they really collapse well. Okay, all my herb gardens are doing well. Parsley from seeds. There is oregano. There's chives. Oh, look at this. That's more of the supertunias. Strawberries are doing wonderful. I may get more strawberries because we actually love strawberries, and we have to share them with all kinds of chipmunks. Another plant that I got, I'm going to come down, but this is one of them, so I'll show you in a minute because I divided it by 4. So look at this. Look at all that parsley. That's all from seed, so I'm very excited. Okay, these are the leftover zinnias that I couldn't find a spot for, so they just got to be in the box, which is great. These are more of the crepe myrtles. Those are the last of the 10. And look at these junipers. This one may be 10 inches. This is in one season, you guys. I just bought this in May. It's so nice. Okay, what else did I buy? Okay, so this is a new type of ground cover, and it's called Snow. I think it's called Snow in Summer, but I'll put the link. It is so pretty. This is one of my husband's favorite. It has this pink and white variegation with green, and it just kind of goes like ground cover. Here's another one that was in the shade, so it does not have as much color, but if you put it in the sun, it has this pink, fun, variegated look. I absolutely love it, and it's one of his favorites. So every time he walks down one of my brick pathways, he's going to be able to see one of his favorite garden plants. It's always good to get favorite plants for people. Here's another one. I did this little pathway. It's not quite finished because I ran out of bricks all of a sudden. This is going to define my lines for this bed and for that bed. And you remember, I kind of wanted this walkway, and now I just love the way it looks. So when you come up, this is going up to the house. It's just so pretty. And it's just like, ooh, what's down there? Well, it's a path downhill, and I'm actually going to take you around. I'm not going down the pathway, as I'm actually taking you down. So I finished the brickwork, as you can see. It goes all the way down to the corner of this bed. This is my English side, which is full of stuff, and it has the most mulch. So nice. Okay, let's go to the next area that we did. This came down in the middle of a storm, and this is probably as old as these two. That's a cherry here and a pear, but this was a Chinese pear. Look, it's suckering. Now, if you let things sucker, that may not be like the mother plant, so I don't think I'm gonna let that live. I'm probably gonna saw it to the ground. We'll just mow, and I think I'll put another one right beside it. And I have another room for, see, there's one. I think I have there's a hole there. So I can get 2 more fruit trees in this orchard. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 altogether. So I think I may get another Chinese pear because I actually really liked them. Beautiful. So we're gonna go back in. So the last but not least is I did paint the swing, which is really nice. I love to come out here. This is on the west side, so in the evening you have to kind of wait till it's about 7, and then you're out of danger. But I strategically put the crepe myrtle that we moved right here, and this is going to get big enough for some dappled shade. It's not a big tree, but you can see that it's full of new growth right there, new growth right there. So every branch I cut back, and it's going to have new growth. It's going to be a nice tree. And the other thing that we did was we painted the chair and the table the same color as the blue ceiling, which I absolutely adore. So this makes it a very southern home now with the blue ceiling, and I absolutely love it. The windows have a little bit of yellow trim at the bottom, which matches the grout from our bricks. And then these were some extra sick plants that I divided and just stuck up here. So keep moving, keep gardening, and stay creative. And I'll see you next time.